English name is Jiyu.
Chen Ting.
Wang,
Tang.
Vang or Yang, depending on where in Vietnam you're from.
Oh man. See if I can remember.
And the first character is just Tang, which is my last name. And then Xingyi is loosely based off of a proverb or an idiom that's 心旷神怡. Pretty much means that my heart is untroubled and I'm carefree and relaxed.
A lot of Korean letters have Chinese characters that have meanings behind them. So when my parents named me the Ka, it means to have additional or to add. And then Un is grace or like blessings, so it's to receive additional blessings.
What's sort of cool about my name and my brother's name is that they're both from the same word. So there's a word in Chinese, it's Jian Ting, and together it means like upright and solid or resolute. And so like my name is Ting, which is upright, and my brother's name is resolute. Together we're strong and resolute.
Tang is my family name, and then Chi is the first part of my name, and it comes from the word Jihe, which I believe means wisdom, and Yu, which is the second part of my name, comes from the word Onyu, which means kindness, I think. And my parents gave me this name because they wanted me to grow up to be a follower of Christ and live out his wisdom and kindness.
My parents gave me this name because they didn't want me to take life so seriously. Being Asian American, there's a lot of trials and tribulations in life, and I think having this name reminds me to take life as it comes and be more relaxed and carefree.
I've definitely never been ashamed of it, but I've always been sort of reluctant because I just don't want to hear people butcher it sometimes. In school, when people ask your middle name, everyone else's middle name is like their mother's maiden name or something, and then you have to explain to literally everyone what your middle name is and how to pronounce it, and you have to deal with people constantly mispronouncing it and willfully mispronouncing it. So I think that's a common experience shared by a lot of people.
When I was in elementary school, I went to Chinese school. One day after Chinese school, I remember they were coming out of class and they were yelling, "Your name is a boy name," because they had studied a poet, Wang, I think. But it's like different pronunciation, but they were like, "It's your name, haha, you're a boy." And like, so I remember getting really upset about that and just really hating my name. But since then, I feel like I've really grown to love my name because knowing that it means a flower, rose, or fern, I really want to embody that in myself. And like, it doesn't matter what other people think about my name. It's what I think of it, and it's something that I come to love.
My Chinese professors used to call me Marc, which is just the Chinese version of Marc. But then when I actually studied abroad in China, I decided I was going to start going by Chen Ting in anytime I was like in a Chinese language setting. And so now like people in McTier and my Chinese professors all call me Chen Ting, and so it's kind of cool.
When I was younger, I was kind of ashamed in having an Asian name, mostly because it felt like I was different from everybody else around me. But now that I'm here, now that I'm older, this is like something that represents my culture and the people that made me. So I'm proud of having an Asian name.
I think it's really beautiful that with a Korean name you can kind of give a hope for your child. You can have a message of what sort of life they might live, what sort of person they might become with each letter that you pick for their name. And I want to pass that value down when I have children as well.
If I had more than one kid, I would like to give them a Korean name and kind of pass on that, sharing the character, tradition.
I think it's a bit too early to think about giving my children a Vietnamese name. You know, especially as a second generation person, there's no guarantee that I'll marry a Vietnamese person. And honestly, it's likely that I'll probably marry a person from a different culture. And so that complicates things. So it's really to think about. I hope I do, but who knows?
Yeah, what I would probably do is just ask my dad to name them in Chinese. That's probably what I would do.
You know, I would really love for my mom or grandparents to give my children a Chinese name because I think it's really important to who they are and their identity as Asian Americans. I really love that side of my culture, and I really want to instill that into my children as well, and I want them to be able to be proud of where they come from and the culture that my parents and my grandparents came from.
I'm always able to trick people into thinking I was adopted by Dutch parents.